This is Ashley from the Loopy Lamb, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to do one of my absolute favorite stitches, the Thicket stitch. Now this is a great stitch for beginners, but it's also fantastic if you just want a project for watching TV. It's a 1-row repeat and it has wonderful texture, and it's just very simple to do. So I like it for its versatility and its texture, and I'm excited to show it to you today. So for today's tutorial, I have a size 4 medium weight worsted weight yarn. This is Bravo worsted weight from We Crochet in the color silver, and I have a 5.5 millimeter Furls Odyssey crochet hook. I'll link to those in the description box below if anyone is interested in checking those out. To start our stitch, we're going to create a slip knot, like so, and then we're going to place it onto our crochet hook. Now, for this stitch, you need to create a chain of even numbers. So if you wanted to say do a baby blanket, you could, depending on your yarn weight, of course, you could do maybe 100 chains or 110 chains. As long as you chain an even number of chains, you'll be set to go. So for today's swatch, I'm going to do a chain of 20. So we're going to yarn over and pull through the chain. There's 1 chain created, yarn over and pull through. There's 2. And we're going to do this until we have 20 chains, okay? So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, so there is our chain of 20. And we are going to be working into the second chain from the loop. We never work into that first chain. We're going to be working into this second here. And we're going to place a single crochet and a double crochet stitch into that chain. So into the chain, the second chain from the hook, and we're going to yarn over and pull through the chain. So we'll have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through both loops to create our single crochet stitch. Now working into that same chain, we're going to do a double crochet. We're going to yarn over hook, insert into the chain, yarn over hook, and pull through the chain. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, and you will have 2 loops remaining. We're going to yarn over hook and pull through those last 2 loops to finish off our double crochet stitch. And so I'll refer to these 2 stitches together as a cluster. And so we're going to create the next cluster, not in the next chain, but the chain after. So you're going to skip 1 chain and then work into the chain next to it. So working into that chain, we're going to single crochet, and then we're going to double crochet into that same chain. So yarn over into the chain, yarn over, pull through the chain, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops. You'll have 2 loops remaining, yarn over and pull through the stitch to finish your double crochet. Then we're going to skip the next chain and create a cluster in the next stitch. So working into that chain, we're going to single crochet and double crochet. Okay, so there's your cluster created. So we're going to skip the next chain and work into the next chain after that skipped chain. So skipping 1 into the next chain, we're going to single crochet and double crochet in the next chain, or sorry, the same chain that you're working into. Okay, so there's your cluster. Then we're going to skip the next chain and work into the next. So again, skip 1, working into the next chain, we're going to single crochet and double crochet into that same chain. So we're going to skip the next chain and do that again. Single, and double into the same chain. We're going to keep doing that, skip one, and then the single crochet, double crochet cluster until the end of the chain, when there's only there's going to be 2 chains remaining. Okay, so we'll just keep working until we have 2 chains remaining. Okay, so I have 2 chains remaining in my foundation chain here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the next chain, and I'm going to place a single crochet into the last chain. Okay, only a single crochet. So this last one's always a little tricky to grab. Okay, and so there's my single crochet. Okay, so that is your first row created. Doesn't look like a whole lot yet, but we'll get there. So to create our next row, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now we're going to work into the first stitch here under both loops. We're going to place a single crochet stitch into that first stitch. So we're going to go under both loops, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, and complete your single crochet. Now we're going to place a double crochet into that same stitch. So we're going to yarn over into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 to create your double crochet. Now we're going to skip the next stitch and work into the next. So we're going to place your single crochet and a double crochet all into that same stitch. And we're going to skip the next chain and create the cluster in the next. So single crochet, double crochet in that same stitch. And we're going to repeat this across, skipping the next stitch, working into the stitch next to the skipped, and placing your single and double crochet. And we're going to do this all the way across until there are 2 stitches left unworked. Okay, so I'm just creating my last double crochet here, and I have 2 stitches here left unworked. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the next stitch and place a single crochet only into that last stitch. Okay, and that's your second round. So to do our third row, we're going to chain up 1 and turn our work. And so for each subsequent row, we're going to repeat the row 2 we just did. And to do that, we're going to single crochet in the first stitch and double crochet in that same stitch. Skip 1 and work another cluster of single crochet, double crochet into the next. Skip 1, single and double into that next stitch. Skip 1, single and double. And again, we just work that pattern, repeat all the way to the end of the row until there are 2 unworked stitches remaining. And then you'll skip 1 stitch and you'll single crochet in the last stitch of the round. Then you'll chain up and turn your work. Now this is a really great pattern or stitch pattern for blankets. Since I taught my aunt how to do this stitch, this has kind of become her go-to stitch for baby blankets because it's easy, it's relatively mindless, so you can crochet while you're watching TV, and it still turns out phenomenal. You can do it in a single color and it looks great. I like to change colors every so often. I either do a color block type of pattern, or even every couple of rows creates a really cool texture and makes it look so different. So you can play around with it, different hook and yarn combinations and different color changes, and have a lot of fun with it. And it's just a really easy stitch, but just really great and versatile. I love using this stitch, and I've got a couple of free patterns on my blog, theloopylamb.com. If you're looking to use this stitch for practice, I've got a couple of easy patterns. There's one for a blanket, and there is one for a scarf with pockets, which is a lot of fun. And then I have another pattern coming up shortly for a home decor item using this stitch that looks just absolutely beautiful in a Z twist yarn. So stay tuned for that, and I'll post that for free on my blog as well. So I'm just going to finish this row and I'll show you what it looks like now that we've got several rows done here. Okay, so this is our wrong side, and this is our right side. It creates a pretty reversible fabric. It's very difficult to tell the front from the back. So it's part of why I really like this stitch for things like baby blankets and scarves, because especially for scarves, I really like my front to look exactly like the back. So you can get something that looks really, really great with not a whole lot of extra effort on your part using the Thicket stitch. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment for me in the comment section below. I do love to hear from you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel. If you like free crochet patterns, please check out my blog, theloopylamb.com. Thanks so much for watching, happy hooking, and I'll see you next time.